It was another random Saturday, but on that day, I really needed a reminder that I wasn't going to drown from the weight of it all. And usually, God sends me His word or people around me, but on this day, He sent my late husband to remind me. Welcome to I Know How This Story Ends podcast. I'm your host, Adetoye, a creative entrepreneur of fashion and art, an author, speaker, and most recently, a widow and single mom. Hello to the one person that I hope is still sticking with me. It's been a while, I know. I hope you believe me now when I say I am on a journey. I am on this journey. I really don't know how the middle is, but I know how my story ends. So, thank you for sticking with me. On this particular Saturday, I wasn't even sure what I needed to help me, but I know I needed something, some sign, something, anything from God to just tell me once again a reason why I needed to keep going, why I needed to hang in there, because I was really overwhelmed. I felt like I was drowning. And I went searching for something else entirely on my nightstand, and I stumbled across a card that Adetoye gave me 5 years ago in 2021. It was dated February 20, 2021. On the front of the card, it has "Guess who loves you today?" Inside the card, it's read, "Same person who loves you every day, but today you get a card." And a handwritten note from him that was addressed to me, my one and only, my heartbeat. I love you, Adetoye. I honestly believe God made me find that card that day. Maybe it's just me, but many times I wonder, was I really in love? Did I really fall in love? Was I really loved back? Was my happy ever after as it was supposed to be, was it real, or did I just imagine it all? Because sometimes the pain that comes with grief is so deep and physical. I wonder why it's that intense, if not because my being loved and loving in return was as intense. And sometimes I just wonder, was this real? And I just need some, proof that I didn't just dream some romantic relationship or marriage and just plugged myself into the dream. But no, it's all real. I loved my husband deeply, and he loved me. If I even needed any further proof, my kids, they look like their dad. So, and then there are these letters and notes that he's given me over the years that are like proofs to me every now and then. So, I have been thinking about the very first letter Adetoye wrote me, and I want to share that with you, simply because you stuck with me. I mentioned before, I hope you remember, if not, I mentioned before in another episode that the first time I saw my husband, well, it was just a random citizen like I was then. He walked up to me, introduced himself, and I was thinking in my head, Good looking guy, tall, dark, handsome, check, 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 in a suit, crisp shirt, well put together. And then he went ahead to say I looked familiar. And in my head, I'm like, oh no, it was one of those you look familiar dudes. I wish it wasn't. I don't even know why. I didn't want him to be one of those who came up with the lines of he looked familiar. But it turned out he was right. He had seen me before in another city. I was just seeing him for the first time. I don't know if that qualifies as mute cute, but moving on. We became friends. And these were the days of you had a ringtone to your phone. Your phone actually rung. Now my phone is permanently on silent. It's just the light. It doesn't even vibrate. But these were the days where I was using, I've forgotten the name, but I know it was Nokia. We had ringtones. I had ringtone for my parents, for my siblings. And we spoke at length almost every night. Eventually, I assigned him a ringtone. Don't you dare roll your eyes at me. Don't you dare judge me. I assigned him his ringtone. I remember the ringtone because that was also the song that I requested to be played on our traditional wedding. Then I danced into the hall. Is a Lara George song. Because my husband was very respectful of culture and his belief in religion as a child of God. If there was anything he did, he always had a background question of or statement of as long as it's in line with my Christian faith. You know what? While we are here, let me just give you a heads up because I know I'm going to be sharing. You can label these confessions, a quick confession from Tiwa. I initiated our first kiss before we got married. Again, no judgment. We listen, we don't judge. I asked him that, why are you hesitant? Adetoye was so respectful. And he had serious self-control that needs to be studied. But I asked him why was he hesitant, and he would say he was trying to decide if he was in line with his Christian faith. So just so you know, that was kind of guy he was. But we spoke every night. Easy conversation. I always felt safe with Adetoye. Even before any romantic feelings came into the conversation, it was easy to talk to, a great listener. Many times I come across as intimidating, but I didn't come across as intimidating to Adetoye, which for me was admirable. And I think that also helped us be friends really quickly. Fast forward to when we eventually started dating, it eventually tells me, yes, he really liked me, but he wasn't sure what to do with that. So, but I didn't know this at that time. I thought we're just, being good friends until February. So we started, having conversations and being friends, say September, October, and then kept up that till February the following year. We were talking about plans for the weekend because we're not staying in the same city. He came to work and then he went back. He was a consultant. I was doing a 1-year compulsory service here back then in Nigeria at PwC. So we're talking about plans for the weekend, which happened to be Valentine. And my not so subtle, respectable friend tells me, oh, he's going to go shopping to get some Valentine gifts for someone. We were friends then. We were not officially dating. And I didn't think we were there yet. 1, 2, if you were going to get a Valentine gift for me, I didn't think you would tell me. So I got the message. He was going Valentine gift shopping for another woman. Yeah. So, for those of you who rolled their eyes earlier, I hope you will now have some form of pity for me. I mean, we were just friends, so yeah, he was being a gentleman to not lead me on in quotes at that time, as it were. So I wrapped up the conversation, and then I sat with myself. I was living at my friend's house. Her name is Alera, and I shared this with her. She was like, "Oh, that's so respectable, admirable of him to not wanted to time me or the other person." And he was being transparent. I said, "Yeah, unfortunately, I can't keep up with that because I needed to be honest with myself. I liked him. I wasn't in love with him, but I knew then that I liked him more than just friends. I mean, we had been talking almost every night. I had assigned him his own ringtone, his own Lara Judd ringtone." But, I'm a girl, he's a guy. I wasn't going to tell him that. And so the following morning, I sent him a message that I don't think we should keep being friends because I didn't want to mess with his head, knowing that he was in the process of seeing someone. I mean, he called back to try and present his case to say we could still be friends, but I wasn't having that. And I just very politely ended the conversation, wished him well. And I blocked his number. Again, do not judge me. Remember, we listen, we don't judge. And at the end of the day, this guy gets to marry me. So, but at this point in time, I blocked his number, and God knows, heaven knows, I was moving on from Adetoye. A little harsh, you might say, but scripture says whatever will cause you to sin, you cut it off. Adetoye wasn't going to cause me to sin, but I wasn't going to make him doubt his feelings for this other woman he was going Valentine shopping for. Girl code. So that happened, and I moved on with my life. I was serving, like I said, at PwC. I was in audit, he was in consulting, but every now and then I needed to go to the office. Usually I work from the client side, but sometimes I needed to go to the office to get one or two things or have a meeting. And on this day, I went to the office and he was there. And he was, "Hi, Tiwa Tokwe, good to see you." He was in his black suit and white shirt. I was in a pink shirt. I can't remember the color of my skirt now. And I wondered, why are you happy to see me? Again, I was thinking in my head, is it because I blocked you? Is it because, I don't know, did the girl you bought Valentine gift for not like the gift? Or, well, it was a work environment. So I smiled. "Yeah, good to see you too. Hope everything is going well." And he tried to have conversations, which I shut down. I wasn't going to do that. Dude, don't mess with my emotions. You got some girl on your radar. Stick to who you are pursuing, okay? And that went. So 2 days later, I think we usually had morning devotion. Everybody goes about their day. On this day, my friend's mom, I call her mom, mistake momsy. So if you grew up in Nigeria, you have plenty parents, okay? So she's one of my moms, all right? I call her mom, mistake momsy. It was just after devotion, a few minutes before 7. I went to the bathroom to get started on my day, just, having finished my morning business. And then she comes, "Tiwa Tokwe, you have a visitor." If my mystic mom speaks Queen's English, you should know there's a big reason behind it. And it was early in the morning, so I was curious. She's, "Who? What? No?" The gentleman says his name is Adetoye. "Oh, thank you, ma'am." I was in my pajamas. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, why it was there. And seriously, why would you show up someone's house before 7 a.m.? I went out looking unkempt. I basically looked like I just rolled out of bed. oh well, you showed up uninvited. You get what you get. I went into the living room. Adetoye was there, looking like Nigerian Bruce Wayne in his suit and crepe shirt. Shoes were shiny, haircut, looking very brand new. And then I looked at myself. I was in pajamas. I don't remember if I had bra on or not, but I just don't. You know what? It's your fault. You don't show up unannounced and expect. This is how I woke up. Deal with it. But I was more concerned that, hey, dude, it's early in the morning. You're coming to a woman's house who isn't really my house, my friend's house. How does that look? But I greeted him respectfully. Hi, Adetoye, what's up? He's fine. He just really needed to see me and talk to me. And obviously, I've blocked him. His calls are not going through. His messages are not going through. He doesn't know how to reach me. And he was traveling soon and he wasn't sure when next he'll be able to see me. So that's why he came. Okay, now you see me. Why do you want to see me? He said, okay, I know this looks strange. And I know you have to get ready for work. So, I've written some stuff down and this is for you. I hope you get to read it. Please unblock me so we can talk if you want to. And there you have it. The first handwritten letter that Adetoye wrote me. I was touched, first of all, that I guess he didn't email because, again, I had blocked him. He probably thought I blocked his email address. And if he came in person, the worst that could happen is I won't speak with him, but he could just drop the letter. This was 2011, and I was getting a handwritten note. Man, it felt special, actually. I liked it. I'm trying to keep this short. Maybe I'll share the content of that letter some other time. Like me, if you are feeling overwhelmed or just need a reminder or reason to go on, I pray and hope that you do find one. Maybe a note, a song, a scripture, a friend who come over, anything, something that gives you that reason and reminder that you need. This is not where this story ends. But thank you for tuning in today. My website, tiwaadetoye.com/podcast, is a great place to stay connected with me. And please share this episode with anyone, and I mean anyone, who needs a reminder about God's love for us. Until next time, friends, Tiwa is rooting for you.